Hey guys, it's Gavin, and today I will explain you step by step how I created one and actually two six-figure low content brand of books, obviously publishing on Amazon KDP. So, for all those who doesn't know, low content books are this type of books where the main content is graphics and not text, or it can also be text, but it's not the main thing. Like people don't buy low content book to learn about something. Those are not manuals. Those are non-fiction books. Low content are everything in between, and I will show you many examples if you don't know what I'm talking about during this video. But first, let's get started with like some proof, okay, that I know what I'm talking about. This is the screen of my dashboard of one author, as you can see, which is one of my brands that made more than $160,000 in royalties. Okay. And yeah, in this video, I will explain you end to end in this end to end masterclass that I highly advise you to watch from the beginning to the end, because otherwise you will miss some pieces and you will not understand the process actually. So watch it until the end if you're interested to doing the same thing as I've done. If you are a complete beginner or you also want to learn more about what I'm saying and interact with me and other successful publishers, go to this link and join my KDP community on Skool.com, and you will find a free course inside, so you will understand way better everything I'm talking about. And also I ask you to leave a like to this, and also ask you to leave me a like and subscribe to the channel, comment, etc., etc., all this algorithm stuff. Also, before getting started, I'd like to get you know that building a brand is not essential, especially in the beginning. So the main thing you will have to do will be just, getting a winning book and not build a brand right away. But once you get this book that is selling a lot of copies, then it makes sense to create a brand, and this will be really the cheat code of a successful and long-lasting business that's self-sustained, because you don't have to start from scratch every single new book you publish, but you will already have some people that will be interested in what you have to sell and are be willing to buy all your next book, leave reviews, etc., etc. So this is a super powerful way to scale up your Amazon KDP book publishing business. Now let's get started with the first step of this process, okay? Which is obviously niche selection. So to build a brand, you will need to be like something that is in common among all the books, like for every single type of product. For example, Apple is a brand and they produce like technology stuff. So phones, they have the line of phones, they have the iPhone laptops. So we will be doing with our books brand, okay? The first thing to do is to find a winning product. So like Apple have done with their Macintosh, we will do with one book. Like we will not create like 10 books right away, Apple didn't create 20 Macintosh, they create just one, and then they scaled up from there. So we need to find first a winning product that will target a specific, very specific audience. And what I mean with that, a specific passion of people, a specific age bracket, a specific diet they follow, or all these examples I've written here. So specific education they got or a specific job they work. And what we're going to do before building a brand is publishing different books in different niches, so we will have different potential brands that we can expand. So don't create, like for example, we have this facts niche, which was very good 2 years ago. We will not create these 4 books right away. We will not plan to create these books on the first step. We will create, for example, a book about fact, then a book about recipes, then a book about puzzles, okay? And then the best selling among these books, we will create a brand on the topic. Or if we have like 3 out of 3 winning books, then we'll create 3 brands. This is the most logical way to go and the one I always applied throughout my life. And as you can read here, publish 5 different books in different niches and then build a brand around the best performing one. So after we've found our winning niche, and if you don't know to do that, there is a video inside my Skool community course, or you can search it on this channel. I will actually add in a pop-up in the description of the video, but you can find a keyword research video here on my channel, so you will exactly know what to look for before creating your books. Then we have the second step, which will be obviously creating the book, okay? After we found our niche, we will have to create an almost amazing product, guys. Don't be perfectionist, but don't be cheap either, okay? We want to create for a 4.5 star product, because after there, like the extra work we will need to put in to go from 4.5 to 5 is gonna be way more expensive and way more time consuming. So we can do that once the book is selling, we can improve it. But initially we want to stick to the 80-20 principles. So like, design a good book with good interiors, but don't make it over personalized. So keep it fairly standard, use templates and that some personalization to make it more pleasant to the eyes. But we don't have to create anything crazy. And you can use ChatGPT to generate content ideas so you have some ideas to what to actually put inside the book, giving them an input on the title and the target audience. We will know more in depth what to put inside our book. And then obviously once we know what to have inside the book and we know the type of quality, the level of quality we aim to have, and it's also going to be very important to see how high and how sophisticated is the competition and the market itself in our niche. But then it's time to invest money and time in creating our product. For a low content book, normally you will need only $250 to $750 to create a maybe good product, and at least 4 hours of research and finding the best candidate for the job. So you can create easily 5 books with less than $2,000 as a startup cost, which there is no other business out there that allow you to do that. Or you can put like 1 week of full time of work if you have sufficient skill to create a good product, or you will need multiple weeks, because if you need to learn the skill from scratch, then you will have to watch YouTube videos and start doing that on your own, but it's going to require a lot of more time, and the quality will likely not be as good as this, because like we're going to hire professionals in their field, so in graphic design for example, or in creating puzzles or whatever, which the result is just going to be better than what you can do by yourself. So I advise you just to add this capital, especially at the beginning. So now that we have created our book, we go to the third step, which is, obviously publishing it and launching it and everything, but we are not going to cover this in this video. Like there are other videos where I explain that more in depth. We are going to have to build an actual audience. So after the book is starting to sell, because like I don't really advise you to start with an email list right away if you don't know the book is going to make any sales. Like it might be very useless work if you don't get any sale. You set up all the landing page and everything, the software, and you get 0 sales. So after you get your first, like let's say 100 sales on your book, then you can start thinking, okay, maybe it might be convenient for me to build an audience and grab the emails of my customers in exchange of something valuable. Obviously, like they will not give you their email, in exchange of nothing. You will have to offer them some actually valuable, don't like some random PDF that you have on your laptop or some like extra 5 pages. You need to understand the audience and understand what they would really like to have in addition to your book. So you decide that, which will gonna be normally a PDF or a video or something. You offer them inside the book, you add a QR code and they scan it and they will just input their email and receive the gift in their email box. Okay, as you can see, I have a lot of emails. This is just one of my software, guys, because like honestly, I overcomplicated it a lot. I've scaled in a bit of a messy way. I have like 3 different software where I get emails, and this is one of them. As you can see, 3,000 subscribers, and in the last 30 days, more than 400 new emails. And you will notice the more you study what to gift to your customers, and the more is like useful for them, the way higher it will be the conversion rate or the subscription rate to your email list. So guys, this is very, very important. This thing is actually the cheat code, because Amazon doesn't share with you the details, the contact details of your customers. You will have to grab them by yourself. So it's going to be very important to gather reviews, for example, or get the first sales, or you can sell affiliate products. Like this is probably like the best thing you can do to scale your business and to don't start from zero every single time. And not only these guys, actually, you can also funnel your audience, your customers to social media, so they can follow you on social media, and there you will post all your new books or your promotion that they can get in exchange of a review or whatever. Or another very powerful thing that nobody talks about is Amazon author page followers. As you can see, this brand, which is the one that made under $70,000 in royalties, has more than 1,000 followers on Amazon. 1,100, I don't know if you can read this, maybe it's a bit small, followers on Amazon. And Amazon will email all the followers for every new book you release. So they will do the marketing for you. they will receive email from your list, obviously, and then an extra one from Amazon, which they're very likely to open since it's come from Amazon, and they will do everything for you. So you can invite actually people to follow inside the book, but these are gonna grow very organically. The more sales you make, the more Amazon followers you will get, and the more every new book is gonna get initial traction for free, basically. This is a very overlooked thing in my opinion, and you should look into how many followers you have and try to grow that as much as possible. Then we have the fourth step, which is create a new book based on your best performer. So we publish 5 books, for example, or 10 or 3, whatever. The best performing one, if there is one, like guys, if you failed all of the 3 of them, like you should maybe change strategy or uh, try something different. But if at least one of them is selling, then based on that, we're going to create another book which is similar to the other one. Maybe trying to target a different age bracket or a different specific topic, or a different specific topic inside the niche, or a different type of book in general, targeting the same niche, the same customers, but with different interior or something like that. And yeah, like I explained here, perfectly target the same customer but solve a different specific problem, or vice versa. So target the same, solve the same problem but target a different customer. Okay, this is like the framework I use to create the second or fourth and whatever book. How can you do that? So more keyword research, searching other keywords that are similar. You can ask to your target audience through your email list, social media, or whatever, once they get to a certain level, obviously. And use your imagination. Like, this is also a very good one. Like, sit down with a notepad and write down all the possible ideas, and eventually you will find one that you will say, okay, this is the one. Now, I got for you 2 examples that you can find at this link, but I actually already opened the Amazon page for both of them. This one is Special Art Stories. They create like stories for kids that are kind of motivational. And as you can see, the first book they ever published is still the one that is making them the most money, published 3 years ago. I remember when it was published, it was like, it changed a lot of dynamic in the market. And this actually became like popular first in Europe and then exported to the US. So this is something very interesting this brand have done. 5,000 reviews, now you cannot really go to compete with this book, obviously. But as you can see, it's selling 200 copies. Yeah, exactly what I didn't want to do. But they're selling 200 copies per day with this book. And after they noticed that this book was selling super good, so when they published this 2.9 years ago, they noticed it was selling a lot. And then they created a lot of other books that are, very similar, targeting the same audience or slightly different. So this, for example, is they created one for boys, You're an Amazing Boy, this one, or something more like targeted on dreams, follow your dreams, dream big, you're a loved girl. So they found out that parents want to teach their girls that they are very loved. So this is an idea. Then they created all these stories that are similar but not exactly the same. So that's how you can go to create a brand. Another example is this one, Lucas and Friends by RV App Studios, which is probably not very profitable, or they switch to some other different type of way of selling their books. So they have their own printing and they do their own shipping and stock and everything. Because if they were using KDP, they wouldn't make any money. As you can see, 0 royalties, but they're making an insane amount of sales, like 250 to 500 per day, which is completely insane, out of the world. And then after they saw, they were selling a good, I cannot find their first book. Yeah, this one 2 years ago. They saw it was selling a lot of copies. They say, maybe can create other similar book and sell them to the same audience. And that's what they've done. They built a brand of activity books. So all these are probably targeting the same customer, so you see, kids ages 3 to 5, 3 to 5, 4 to 8, 2 to 4, slightly different, but still the same type of customers, and solving different problems, but still the same customer with different problems. So maybe learn the kindergarten math, preschool math, learn how to trace, learn how to cut with the scissor, and all of these type of things, ABC coloring books. So I would learn how to read or search. So those are 2 great examples for what I'm trying to explain. So they follow this, they selected a niche, created almost amazing product, built an audience, and then created other books, like scaled up the same brand over the years and years. Like as you can see, it's not a 2 month process. This is about building a long-lasting and self-sustaining business. So this is a thing that will make you a living for years. Our goal is not making like a few money next month and then stop selling. We are here to create a long-lasting business that will flourish for years and years and found our lifestyle. Fifth step, export the brand. Simple as that. Translate the best performing books into major languages like Spanish, French, German, English, and obviously conduct niche research and study the audience and the keyword before translating into another marketplace. Like you want to understand what customers are searching. You want to work with a professional translator as well. Don't do any like Google Translate things like many people are advising, or ChatGPT translation. It's not good. You will get bad reviews. You are scamming people, guys. Like you are actually scamming people, selling them some super wrong stuff. So we don't want to do that. Don't listen to. I've seen people that tell you to do that. Like that's not what we do here. We create actual value for our customers. And as you can see, this guy, that's what he has done. So nunca dejes de soñar in Spanish, historia inspiradora, blah blah blah, chica fantástica. So he translated all in Spanish. I'm pretty sure there are other languages. French, I'm not gonna read it. French, Italian, Sogna in grande, si te stessa. So as you can see, those are the same books. Sogna in grande, si te stesso, same for boys, sei un ragazzo amato. So they translated every single book, Non smettere mai di sognare, in all the languages. And this can be like, you multiply basically your profit at this point. Because the book is a winner, people want it. And yeah, there are some nuances in every single country that might differ from the original one. So a book might sell in a country, might not in another. But overall, it's an unlikely thing. So we export our brand, translate it, etc., etc. And then, yeah, guys, all we have to do is expand and conquer. So keep launching new books every few months and leverage your audience to gather initial reviews and generate the first initial sales, monetize your existing audience, and grow it. So I don't advise you to launch a book every like 2 weeks or anything. So after you have a good audience that they like your product, just focus on the quality, because these people want more books and they are ready to buy them. They are with their wallet open, willing just to give you the money in exchange of the product they want. All you have to do is give them quality and keep them loyal to your brand. So you can communicate with them with your email list or with your social media, ask them which type of book they would like to see, run surveys, interact with them. You can hire a VA to do that if you want. And you will get a lot of interesting data of what they want and what they're willing to buy, what they want to pay you for. And yeah, then you just have to publish a few books every year and you're good to go. You keep expanding your brand, keep making more money. This will delete every single last piece of imposter syndrome inside you, because like you will see people happy and you will see that they actually thank you for the work you're doing. So it's also a good, fulfilling and motivating thing. Like I receive every day emails from customer of my books that they thank me for the work I've done, which is like, amazing feeling. And this is the last step. Once you expand and conquer, you can just go to the next brand and, expand and conquer on many, many brands, and you will be rich forever. That's the secret. So, guys, if you like this process, you think it makes sense, what I say makes sense, and you want to learn more, again, there is the link in the description for the free community and course. You can book a free call with me and apply on my beta one-on-one coaching. The same spot as last week is left. So if you are highly motivated individual and you have time and budget to scale your KDP business, and you're not a complete beginner, like ideally you have already published a couple books, maybe don't have the results that you'd like to have, then you can apply for my beta one-on-one coaching with the link in the bio. So yeah, and then we'll speak on a call and see if you are a great fit for this initial program. Otherwise, if you are not interested or just gathering information, etc., subscribe to the channel, comment with question about the video, and leave a like, follow, etc. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.